Hello everyone and welcome to my tutorial on eyebrows. So basically I'm going to teach you how to go from no eyebrows to some eyebrow, or a lot of eyebrow. Alright, so this is step 1 to not looking like a hairless gerbil. You're going to use some brow gel to make it look like there's actually something growing on your forehead instead of 3 pieces of hair. Now, this stuff takes a long time to dry, so make sure you have a snack, maybe a book. Take a nap for all I care. It's a long process, but it should be done soon enough. Alright, now it's time for step 2. Now this is where most of the riggery and the trickery, the tomfoolery and the deception happens. I'm going to take my dip brow, that's a little too dark, and my brow brush, which isn't really for your brows, and just start sketching out the bottom arch of my brow. Now I like to start with the bottom just because it gives you a shape to start off with. And then that way it becomes a little bit more easier to connect the top line to the bottom. And now you could start with the top line or the top arch to be more specific. It's really just your preference. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Now that's where concealer comes in hand. Concealer is great for just covering up any mistakes that you have. And that's why I completely cover myself in concealer. So many imperfections to hide. So as you can see, I'm just placing it right there under the brow, covering up any little squiggly lines that I might have made, and also just making the shape super sharp so it looks very defined and very almost drawn on, basically. Now, a word of advice for anyone using liquid concealer. It's always best to start with a smaller amount and then build up till you get the coverage that you want. But in my case, since I have no real concept of when enough is enough, I just decided to pack it all on. Which is why I ended up looking like someone attacked me with a full bottle of baby powder. I've already finished my right brow for the most part, so now I'm going to move on to the left. The way that I do my eyebrow on the top arch is that I start from the middle of the brow and connect the two lines. So I follow the general shape of my eyebrow just a little bit and connect it to the bottom half of the bottom arch. Now, a good rule to follow is that you always want to start your line from the middle of the eyebrow and not the front. That way you allow some space to not create blocky brows, which basically looks like you have 2 Nike checks on your forehead. Notice that for the most part, I've left the first part of my eyebrow, the beginning, which is closest to the middle of my forehead, with not a lot of product on it. This is good for having a faded look to your eyebrows. And also, since the concealer was taking an extremely long time to blend, I just took a bigger e.l.f. contour brush and blended it out. Now the last and final step that I take for my eyebrows is that I take my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray and spray it all over my face. And I spray it a lot. What this does is that it almost creates a layer between the outside environment and your makeup and your skin, and it keeps your eyebrows sealed, or if you wear foundation and the rest of that, it keeps your makeup sealed. So usually this might be good to last through a rainy day, or if you sweat a lot, or if you go out partying or something like that. But this is an essential step to make sure everything stays put. And that is it. That is how I do my eyebrows. You now know the secrets, the tricks, the tips, everything. Now hopefully you learned something out of this, and thank you for watching.